We're live.
Welcome.
I think my light. Oh, it's such a good song.
Detect America, boys. Yippee-yi-yay. Yippee-yi-oh. All right. So,
Who did this song?
this is the Outlaws.
Outlaws, yeah.
So, Frank, where we been the last 2 weeks?
You know what? I've been basking in the
You
sunshine
bask.
of Florida and New Jersey. Where you been?
I've been basking in, and we'll talk about this. I've been in another world where you just, I'll talk about it. We're going to actually do something different with tonight's show. Something never attempted before on the Detect America show. We are going to talk about metal detecting. I want to set up the camera and put this on. You know, I try this, but everyone's, oh, you can't hear Frank.
I had everything set up to broadcast it from my other computer tonight because I got the sound bar and everything, so it'll sound clear. I was going to zoom it in. I can't find the power cord for the computer.
Well, what happens is it's my my laptop.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do too. But I'm going to put it in the back room with the sound bar, so the sound is nice and clear, and zoom in on the screen. But I got to find the power cord first.
Yeah, but when I do this, when I put this on Facebook, is there a show or am I alone? You're alone, Nancy Bodwell. All right, so let me do this. I'm going to try and get this into the screen again. It sucks. This sucks having to do this.
I'm going to square it away for next week.
I wish we would get this to get this in order, but I got to set this up.
Oh, did you see the new thing now? We're not affected by it, but in order to do these live stream shows from your page, you have to be at least a year member on Facebook and at least 100 members, or they won't let you do it.
Who?
Facebook.
Facebook sucks. Yeah. All right, so it looks like I've got this down pretty well to broadcast, and I got to tell you, folks, it's in my way. I don't know if you can hear Frank too much. Let me try and move this back.
Bear with us. Go to YouTube tonight. I got big plans for next week. We're gonna put it back on the page.
A 2-week vacation from Detect America. I thought I had quit again. I had to ask my wife. I said, "Did I quit the show again?"
Very few vacations that I'm jealous of. That was one.
Oh, like I said, we'll get into it. But I want to, I understand. And I did not see the rollout for the new Garrett detector.
The new Garrett Vortex.
The Vortex. What do you think? What was it? Explain to me what that was about, because
so first things first, like any rollout, it's not released yet. The details are limited on it. But I'm going to say this. You guys out there, that are already bashing this machine. There was guys that said they didn't like the machine because it was blue. You guys are bashing it, and you know what? My favorite video expert out there. I'll leave his name out of it. Okay, going off about how everybody at Garrett should be fired. Because I can't believe they don't have multiple tones and all. You know what, guys? Chill the F out. Okay, this is a brand new machine from a company that brought you the Ace 250, the AT Pro, machines that are still top sellers in the market today. Okay, and they rolled out with a new machine and new technology for Garrett, and you guys are already bashing them, and that's just crap. Because you have never touched this machine, you have never had it in your hand. All I listened to was this rollout, and I got to tell you, I picked a couple things out of the rollout, what they were saying about the tech that I got excited about, and you might actually get excited about too, Steve, if I explain it to you, in layman's terms. So it's a multi-frequency machine. The biggest thing that the dealers do not like, and listen, I'm going to side with the dealers. So Garrett has rolled out one machine. It is a single machine. It's called the VX5.
Is that the Vortex you're talking about, right?
Yes.
VX5. Okay.
That's it. One machine, one body, one chassis, one piece of mechanism that's coming out, it's being released. That's it. The VX, there's three machines though, the VX7 and the VX9. Each one is a little bit more advanced in what you can do with it. You're not going to be able to go to a dealer and buy a VX7. You're not going to be able to go to a dealer and buy a VX5. It's an upgrade. So everything is in the machine. If you buy the VX5 for, I forget the price tag, guys, I'm sorry, $489, whatever it is, you can go down the road, you can pay $89, $85, $100, whatever it is, and they will download software into that machine that turns that machine into the VX7. And then you can do it again, and it'll turn that.
Hold on.
Yeah, it'll turn it into VX9.
Is there a fee for that?
Yeah, oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So you got to buy the upgrade.
The fee is, but it's not like they're tweaking the sensitivity. It's not like the upgrades are tweaking, the pinpoint. The upgrades are opening up the technology that's in it. They're opening it up so you have more to do with it. And the difference in the price. So if you buy a VX5, let's say it's $500, and don't quote me on the prices, guys. I know I'm wrong. And the VX7, if you were to go straight in to buy the VX7, let's say it's $600. If you buy the VX5 and you want to upgrade it to the VX6, it's the difference in the price. So it'll be $100. So they're not charging you $700 to get the upgrade. And the upgrade is literally they're opening up the technology in the machine and you're getting a new machine. I know it's controversial. The dealers are not happy about it.
Why?
Because Garrett is the one that's going to sell the upgrade. So there's nothing for the dealers to sell. If I buy a VX5 and I want to buy a VX7, I can't go to a dealer and buy a VX7. So, but here's the thing, and I get it, guys. And yes, dealers, I understand 100%, and I'm on your side. I get it. However, I don't want to say I don't care. I do care about that end of the hobby. However, I just want to focus on the machine for right now. That will work itself out down the road. Maybe it won't, but I want to focus on this machine because guys are saying, I just don't. It just ticks me off, guys, that people are bashing this machine and no one outside of Garrett has used it.
Okay, so multi-frequency.
Yeah, absolutely. Multi-frequency.
Waterproof.
Waterproof.
But what are the other good points about it?
Right, here's the two things that raised my eyebrows, and I'm not going to say I'm excited about it. I'm a little excited about it. I'm a little excited to see what it can do. So Steve and I have used the CTX 3030 forever. I used the CTX 3030. I used the V3i from White's for quite a while. So here's the thing that piques my interest. One of the things that set the CTX 3030 apart from a lot of machines was the target ground separation. Not a lot of machines had it. The CTX did, where you could set a setting on your CTX 3030 where it not only looks at the target you're swinging over, it looks at the ground. It analyzes the ground and separates out the ground from the target more, so your regular target ID works easier and better.
And this is their programming or what?
I have an issue. Hold on, my computer's going nuts. Okay.
It's got to deal with you. And you drove me nuts for all the years I had to deal with you. So your computer's probably...
My computer is now reading my entire screen, and I have no way of knowing how to stop it.
It's doing what to the screen?
Hold on. I'm going to shut the screen down and open it back up again.
Yeah, okay, whatever. This is how we roll at Detect America. Everything gets messed up.
My screen is talking to me. It's reading my computer is reading my screen, and I can't stop it.
Your
Hold on,
computer?
yeah.
I don't understand that. Your computer is reading your screen. Okay. So I want to say hi to everybody on YouTube out there, watching Facebook. I hope everything is legible on Facebook, that everyone can hear us.
Okay, I think I fixed it.
Trying to get Frank as close as I can to the screen so you can hear him.
It's very, very hot. It's very hot in Florida. I've got a portable air conditioner running, helping to cool off my house. And
no, it's not that. It's the volume of my computer.
And I apologize. I just hung up on Chuck Smalley. Chuck Smalley was trying to call me.
Oh,
Chuck,
cool. Answer him. Send him a link.
I don't think that's what he wanted. Hold on.
Let's send him a link. Get him on the show. I'm going to send him a link. I want Chuck on the show. I did want Chuck on the show tonight for some reason. Maybe I can get on here and do it while you're calling him. Tell him we're sending him a link. Tell him to get on the damn show.
Right now, if he wants a link, call him.
If you don't get him,
I just sent him. I said, "You want to come on the show?"
Yes, so we'll send him the link. Send him a link through Facebook.
Hold on, I'm going there right now.
I mean, he knows we're doing a show. And then there was another detector you wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, well, hold on. I ain't done yet.
I know. I'm trying to call Chuck.
Okay, I sent him a link.
Yeah, but you send it Facebook, right? Yeah. Hold on. Let me just get him on the phone, and then we'll continue. Watch. He don't answer me. They don't answer me on their show either. I call and Josh hangs up on me. You know what I mean?
Hold on, let me try calling him.
Well, I'm trying to call him, and there's no answer. Yeah, get him on the phone and ask him why he didn't answer me, because I know that's why. Guy hates me.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the show. You want to come on?
Oh, so he answers. Yeah.
I'm down on. You want me to go down to the basement? You'll see me better instead of my phone.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I sent you the link. Just click the link whenever you get there.
I was reading your post on those guys bad mouthing the vortex. Let's be honest.
I know. Well, come. That's
on the show. We're broadcasting.
I know. You know what? That Steve said because we should get Chuck on. So good. You called. The link's waiting for you down on Messenger.
Okay, on Messenger.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get on with you.
You got it, brother.
Hooey, what a challenge. Now,
okay,
you
Chuck's
told me.
You told me. The target ground separation that was on the CTX was a big deal. It's one of the things that made the CTX a quieter machine, that and 28 frequencies, but that was a big deal to me. That is part of the new Vortex. And the other thing that I liked that I heard, they have this what's called a tri-axis ferrous non-ferrous identifier, and it gives you, in other words, it gives you basically a percentage of likelihood that the target is good or the target is bad. And we saw that on the V3i. Those are two big deals on two very, very, very high-end metal detectors that are now going to be included into the Vortex. Now, I can't say it's going to work. I can't say it's going to be any better than the Apex or anything else. But this is brand new to Garrett. Hold on, Chuck's coming in. There he is. There's my man, Chuck.
Hey,
Yo,
Chuck,
what's going on?
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
First off, I called your phone and you didn't answer.
I did. I
You
said,
didn't.
I'm going, Steve, and it wouldn't, and then it wouldn't hang up. So Frank called me.
This line ain't going too well for you. It is.
So I no.
Look, they're posting in the chat. No one believes you. Lie, lie, lie. That's all it keeps saying is lie.
I gotta side with Chuck.
Frank calls and goes right through. Who waved the magic wand to make the phone work? I don't know. But I was telling Frank, and I read that post on the Vortex. I have not had one in my hands. I haven't seen it. Nobody else other than the few working for Garrett have worked with them, and they're bad mouthing it. Come on, give things a chance.
You know, I watched somebody today or yesterday post that they were a White's user for 19 years, and that's why they're not impressed with this machine. And I like, what exactly does that mean? But
what have you got to compare it to? You don't have the machine yet. I actually talked with distribution today. I can't even tell you when they're going to be out because they can't tell me when they're going to be out. And Garrett's being cautious. They got kind of burnt back on an AT Max not coming out right, or one of them, AT Gold.
Exactly, the Max. Yeah, the Max.
And they're being careful, and they should be careful. So, look, I've been in the sporting goods business a long time. And when something new came out, you'd see it, let's say a firearm, a rifle or shotgun, you'd see it in RA magazine, you see it in Sports Afield, you see it here. It'd be 6 months to 9 months before it even got into the big dealers' hands. And by that, I mean like the Bass Pro and those would have a few, and then it'd slowly come in. And it's all prep. It's all hype. It's all coming out. You can't wait, and they all do it. So just sit back, relax. It'll make it out. We're looking forward to it. And Frank, you and Steve, you and I, maybe we'll all get one to mess with. And
exactly. I can't wait to try it because it's new. And I was just telling Steve, two of the things I heard talked about in that rollout was this target ground separation, Ferris ground separation, which we saw on the CTX 3030.
Yep.
And this tri-axis Ferris non-Ferris discriminator, which we saw on the V3i. How can you not at the very least, how can you not be a little bit excited to see what that does in a new machine? Yeah.
And the machines that are coming out today are working better in rougher, high mineralized soil than they ever have before, without having to go complete pulse induction. I've been using the 800 and a 900, or not the 900, the 800 with great success in Alaska.
Right.
I mean, big success. And I haven't had it in Virginia in the hot soil there, but some of the guys are using them down in Arizona, and that's hot ground. And they're doing all right. No, you aren't going to get the depth of 6,000, or you might get close to 2,300. But all our technology moving forward, it's a win-win for us guys, gals.
It is, and to sit there and bash. And the other thing that came up, Chuck, on the chat on one of the pages today was this video with this idiot saying that everyone at Garrett should be fired because they're still using the same old tones. They're not using the multi-melodic tones. And I like that. Listen, that's Garrett's trademark. Garrett has had that from the beginning.
Yep.
People have suggested it before, and the Garrett followers went crazy. They don't want it changed. So why change it? Why not give them exactly what their followers? And Garrett has. I got news for you guys. We did a poll not that long ago, and the AT Pro was still the #1 selling machine in the world. So why change it if it's working that successful for you? And why not keep what people like, your Garrett followers like, and add this new technology? Maybe it won't work. I can't say it's going to work or it's not going to work. But isn't it's exciting to see them pulling technology that were on two very high-end machines and putting it on a more affordable machine? It could be a great thing.
Yeah.
Can I answer a question?
Go ahead.
All right, Chuck.
Yo.
You said you've been in the sporting goods industry for how long?
Well, my dad had a gun shop when I was 8 years old, and we ran through that for many years. And then I got involved in it and had my own gun business, gun shop.
Okay. So you're saying that you sell
60
sporting
plus
goods,
years.
correct? So you're saying you sell sporting goods is what you say.
Right.
So my question to you is, do you sell athletic supporters?
Only to you.
Because you know the shooters and prospectors jockstrap, is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
I said I tried to send him mine, but he didn't want
Blow
You know,
your nuts off.
Frank's not an athlete, but he's a very big athletic supporter.
it.
Now, I have a question for you.
Good.
All right. Did you go gold panning at all?
No.
Why?
Well-
You're down in Alaska's playground. There's Crow Creek Mine right up there, not that far out of Anchorage, and it has the largest prospecting area for anybody who wants to win, non-claim.
I think we drove by. We drove by and it said gold prospect. The problem is not the problem, but I was with my family, so it was just really family time.
Okay.
And yeah, it wasn't like I didn't have any time to go detecting.
I didn't say detecting. You could go down to a stream with a small shovel with all the family, a few gold pans, and see if you get a little color, put it in a bottle, and that was a free.
I'd rather stick needles in my eyes.
Okay.
I didn't even go fishing with them guys. They went out 2 days, caught halibut out the wazoo, and I didn't even go.
Did they fix you up any of it? Did you have it?
Oh yeah, there was a video of me having
The
fried.
video looked
halibut.
amazing.
One guy took home
the best white firm
It is.
fish
One
meat.
guy took 50 pounds of it home with him, threw it on a plane.
That's
So that's like $25 a pound around here.
that's
And-
stuff.
I ate moose jerky, moose sticks, moose sticks.
They're good.
That
They didn't tell you what that moose stick was, right?
Yeah, you know what? I want to do this at the end. I want to hash out the Texas, and we'll talk
All right.
about Alaska. So
So anyway,
Okay.
that was my spiel on these guys that are here. Here's my question: How do you have a tips and trick page for a machine that's not released yet, and they're popping up?
I saw that. Well, I hope they're precognitive. All right. I don't know. And I'm not bad mouthing them. I don't want hate mail. I don't want hate email, but doggone it.
They can send it to me. I don't care.
Shut up. Listen,
Exactly.
watch. And when they get out, use one. And then I don't mean 10 minutes. I mean, go out there with somebody who's got one and work with it and see how it's going.
There's been a lot of machines at the end of the day that I did not like, but you don't judge them before you put them in your hand. Or at least talk to somebody in the field that's been using it. And there's nobody in the field other than Garrett folk that have been using it.
Yeah. And the Garrett tones are pleasant to my ear. I have no problem with it. Now, there's certain tones that came out on other machines early, like the XP, that sound like a damn bee buzzing in my ear. So,
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's Garrett's trademark. Garrett's always had that, and
yep.
and the Garrett hardcores like it, and that's fine. That's why you do it. You do want to feed your base a little bit,
Yeah.
but guys are telling me, oh, I use whites. I'm not impressed. Well, how could you not be impressed? How could you be impressed? You haven't tried any. Nobody has the machine. It drove me nuts. And I got calls from a few friends of ours that they were pissed off too.
Yeah, and they're doing it right in another aspect. They're taking their time. They're making sure things are right. I know a couple of the machines at KG and Ringy got to try out, and this is back in the day of some of the mine labs. They weren't complete.
Right.
They were,
Exactly.
yeah, and they're still tweaking and making things right. So I hope they get it all done up so they aren't having to do something right off the bat that they overlooked.
Exactly. I had machines from Mine Lab in the day. I had machines from Notka that you get to try out certain aspects. They're not done. They tell you right up front they're not finished. You can't.
Right.
You can't compare
I
to
had
the
one.
finished product.
I had 3030 from Mine Lab that wasn't
Right.
complete. Had to go back.
I mean that's the nature of the beast, and they
Correct.
again. I'm gonna say, I'm going to side with the dealers a little bit here, complaining about that. The way that they're rolling out 3 machines. I can see where the dealers are going to be a little ticked about it. But talking about a machine, talking about the machine itself, I get so aggravated when I see these guys just out and out bashing it, calling it a piece of crap. All this calling it machine names, the machine's not even out. Not one machine is in the hands of a user yet.
But Frank, they do that with everything.
Yeah.
Everything. They do that with everything. Every machine that happens, they come out with. You know?
It's unfortunate that's the direction the hobby, the social media end of the hobby is going.
It seems to be the new thing of where they debut a machine and they're not even ready to ship it, put it out on the market. No. And then these machines, before they're even put out on the market, you've got people making reviews. I just happened to see online someone does a review of it.
Again, I just think they and I'm going to be devil's advocate. Yes, I will say that the biggest mistake I think that Garrett made, and listen, I like Steve Moore. Steve Moore's a great guy, but when you do a reveal to the masses and you talk straight tech and you talk monotone, I get it. You lose some people that are out there in the audience. You got a lot of guys that are out there and want to get excited about a new machine. I get that. But if you listen to what they were saying, like I said, that target ground separation, that tri-axis ferrous, non-ferrous discriminator, these are things that made really, really good machines better. And now they're bringing some version of it into their new machine. That's new tech to Garrett, guys. That's something that's
all new to Garrett, and they're moving forward, and they're taking their steps to stay with the game, and I think it's going to be a good machine. Price is unknown, really, at this time.
Yeah, right.
And folks,
there's no way I'm not going to try one of these machines. I have to. I'm intrigued enough. I'm going to try it. I think there's enough that was put out there that tells. Plus, like I said, you're talking about the company that came out with the Ace 250, which turned the industry on its head when it came out, and the AT Pro, which is still selling. They can't get rid of it because it's still selling like crazy.
Boy, that's still one of the number one, if not number one seller in the world.
Yeah. Exactly.
Each company has areas that they're loved in, like, the XP. Europe loves the XP.
Yeah, right, exactly.
What was it designed for? To be used in Europe. Hammered gold piece, small stuff. And it's evolved and gotten somewhat better. And there's going to be people tomorrow with hate mail to me.
Listen, I've got Celeste's AT Pro duct taped and glued together. She won't get rid of the thing. the machine finds stuff.
Shannon, who was on there a little bit ago saying, Janet, I think was saying that the AT's just getting a little heavy for her. Well, maybe this would be your answer if you're into the Garrett. You want the Garrett, that'll go on there, Shannon. And Janet, excuse me. Couple of my friends are in here. I see Rich Kruckmeyer's in there too. And this is going to be fun. We're winning. Josh and I talk about this all the time. We're winning this war of staying in this mid-range with more stuff in it.
That's right. And again, devil's advocate, I understand where the dealers are coming from. But as a buyer, as a consumer, as someone that loves metal detectors, I'm going to go in on this thing at a VX5, and I want to move up to the 9 because I want to see how that transition works. I want to see the differences. Maybe I won't like it, but I'm not going to say that until I know because I might love it.
Did we get a price point on this?
Not really. They gave a vague price point in the 500 range.
It's not solid yet, folks.
Yeah.
You've got 3 models, 3 different coil sizes. And somebody already called. I had a caller today wanting more information. I said, I don't have it.
There just isn't any.
And we talked a little while, and I told him, hang in there. He's a friend of mine over Chicago way. And we discussed its possibilities and that. And he's a Garrett guy, AT Pro. He said, I'll never get rid of my AT.
No, that's the word around. And here's the thing from someone, and it's not anything against Garrett. Listen, I love those guys, and I know that they put out a really good product. Yeah. I was just never a Garrett guy because I was always something else. I was always involved with the Mind Labs and now with Notka and these guys. But for me to say I'm interested enough where I want to get this machine, I think the potential is really good. It's at least enough potential where you don't bash the machine now because you don't have a clue about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, all I know is I saw the pictures. It's like everybody else. They're blue, which Ringy likes because it's the same color as
I
his.
like blue, so I'm all in.
There you go. You know, it could be black, it could be camo. Who knows? But it's blue now.
If you guys want to know, if you guys want to remember tomorrow night, the guy I just said his name too on KG and Ringy show. KG and Ringy are going to have.
They're going to have Gary back on.
Yeah, that guy. So you guys want to tune in tomorrow night?
There you
go.
go.
It's Gary Penta. All right, I thought it was the guy. I thought they were going to be talking about the new machine, but they got Gary Penta on.
I think it's Gary Penta. Don't quote me because
you're right. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. And I'm wrong.
Yeah, I got to
wrong.
Gary came up to the Detecting the Heartland hunt. We had a good time.
Yep.
If everybody watching tonight watches KG and Ringy tomorrow, if you could just like nail their chat with Detect America Rocks, so while they're doing the show, just the code word for their giveaways is America Rocks. So as many times as you type it in the chat is as many times as you're making an entry for their giveaway.
I think the code word is send Frank a VX5.
So yeah, that's it. If you're watching KG and Ringy tomorrow, the code word is Detect America Rocks. So I want everybody to
go
chat with that.
We got one more piece of metal detecting to talk about.
Okay.
So you guys know, and I talked about it on the page. I talked about it on different shows that the Xterra Pro came out from Mind Lab last year.
Yeah.
And I had no interest. I had no interest in getting this machine. Really, I have a room full of machines. But when it's sold as a single frequency machine, and people started talking to me about how it is awesome on the beach, it was awesome in the water. So I had to try it. And let's just say I talked to a few engineering friends, and there's a bunch of guys around the country that did exactly what I did. So we got the machine. We hooked the machine up to a spectrum analyzer, and for whatever reason, Mind Lab didn't want to tell anybody that it was multi in beach mode, and that's okay. I'm not going to bash Mind Lab. They have their reasons. I get something more than what I paid for. You know, I'm getting a bonus by having it multi-frequency. So it's a really good machine. I love that little machine. It's in my truck all the time. And honestly, when I go to the beach at the last minute, it's the machine that I've been using. So Mind Lab comes out with the Xterra Elite now, and they are openly telling everybody it's multi-frequency in all modes and all this. And then they immediately put an update out.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got a couple in stock on the shelf. I haven't broke the boxes open.
Yeah.
I've sold.
Here's the thing, and as soon as it popped into my head, I had about 10 people around the country that popped into their head too. And the question was this: since Mind Lab never admitted to having a multi-frequency in the Xterra Pro, what are the odds that this update is going to take it away? They don't have to ever admit to it, and if it's not there, it's not there. So I made a call. I made a call to my local dealer down here, and I said, "Do you have an unupdated Xterra Pro on the shelf?" And they said, "Yeah." I said, "Good. Put it aside because if this thing goes south on me, I'm buying it off you." So I updated it, and yesterday I took it on the beach. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Yesterday was a bad day for the beach because we have such a slight hill, slope in here that when it rains, it washes away all the light stuff, and the only thing that lays out there are the minerals, the black sand.
Ooh.
So the CTX 3030 was chirping in the sand yesterday. The Manicore was chirping all over the place in the sand yesterday. So was the Xterra Pro. But I took it down in the water. I ran it in my beach mode, beach 2, and I had to cut the sensitivity down like I did with all the machines. But at around 18, she quieted right down. She was smooth as silk. She was definitely hitting targets in the water without any noise. So I'm confident that no, Minelab didn't steal away the multi-frequency. It's still running very, very quiet.
Can I ask you a question, Frank? Can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
Are you done patting yourself on the back?
What did I pat myself on the back for?
I discovered it. Hell, still.
I didn't discover it. I got told about it. That's how I went and bought one, because someone else told me about it.
Okay. Now I watched the chat as quick as I can here, but one stud puppy, he's been using that Xterra Pro Southern California black sands, and I've been down there in the black sand beaches, and if he's cutting it with that out there, it's a good puppy.
Again, you had to lower the sensitivity. There's no doubt about it. I had to lower the sensitivity yesterday. It was a rough day in the sands, in the wet sand yesterday. But if you're running an 8 kilohertz machine single frequency, there's no way you're cutting it down and getting rid of that chatter. The chatter went away. The machine operated great. Good. I will say this though, the new noise cancel feature, I saw nothing. I saw no change in how that operated. I don't know how that's going to operate on the other machines that it came out on, the Equinoxes, the Xterra Elite. I saw no change, and that's for another day, more testing on that. But I'm confident in that. No, they didn't steal it away. It's still quiet on the beach. It's not 8 kilohertz. 8 kilohertz is not only a horrible frequency, it's horrible on the beach. So, I know the Lynches have been waiting for me to tell them what I found yesterday, and yeah, so far so good. I don't see any issue with it.
Cool.
I got to tell you, there's it's neat to see that there are so many detectors from different companies all out there performing at good levels, surprising levels for a lot of people, and that's really good to see. There's a lot of healthy competition out there. And the competition actually drove down the prices.
Yep.
Which is a good thing. And again, when someone goes on there and goes, I want to buy a detector, there's still that, we kind of get annoyed with it when everybody gives their opinion, but everybody's promoting their own machine out there that they like.
I expect everybody who owns a Garrett, or everybody who owns a Minelab, or everybody who owns a Nokia, I expect them to love their machine. They're going to recommend that machine. When that develops into, oh my God, that machine's a piece of crap, you guys, that's where you got to draw the line. And when they start to call themselves experts and they're giving you advice, it's absolutely insane. When you get a little bit of chatter in your backyard, the key isn't to send it back to Minelab or send it back to Nokia and get a new machine. The key is to understand what's happening and lower your sensitivity or play around with it first.
Again, everybody wants to be a YouTube sensation, so they're quick to throw their selves out there and say whatever they want to say, and they're talking about a machine that's not even out yet, and not just this one. It's all the machines that come out. People, and I know why they do it. They think that the company's going to make them their spokesperson for this machine because they're a big YouTube sensation. You know what I mean? It's typical. So you're going to have people out there that are going to say things that may not even be true. Oh, it's the greatest machine since
I am not going to ever claim that I'm going to be the first millionaire on YouTube. I can guarantee that's not going to happen.
No, when a brick can become a millionaire on YouTube, will you become a millionaire? Because
gold brick, maybe
I get lucky.
No. He brick head, hard headed brick head, hard head.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to get in with you guys. When I called you, Frank, try to get in.
No, you ain't going nowhere. No, you're staying. You're staying on the show. I wanted you on this show tonight.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to hang on a minute. I'm talking to Frank. Be quiet. Anyway, Frank.
You know what? Get him off my show.
I read that post about them already badmouthing it. They did it with the Xterra Pro.
Yeah,
They
sure they did. Absolutely.
And I'm like, what's the matter with you guys? All they want is to stir a little crap online. So just sit back, relax. It'll get out, and we'll have
Listen,
fun with
Chuck,
it.
remember when the Simplex came out and the introductory price was like $254?
Yeah.
And how many people lined up to say, "Oh, it's a toy, it's a toy," and now it's a beloved machine.
Yes, it is. It for for the casualist or the guys that are out there when they can be out, but they're working a lot. The Simplex, the Xterra Pro, those price ranges on in between there is perfect, but yet they're making these machines tougher, waterproof, lightweight, rechargeable, and you can spend a few more bucks. You got your earphones, and you're in.
Like I always say, 39 years ago, 38 years ago, I got into the hobby on a single frequency Fisher that I paid $1,000 for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're getting 2 and 3 times the machine today at half the price.
Yep, and it's good. And then they, the upgrades. But look what we got, Frank and Steve. You got rechargeability, you got waterproof, you got wireless.
And not just rechargeable that's lasting you all day. I mean,
back in the 70s, I had a Whites that weighed like 11 pounds. And you didn't have a ergonomic handle. You had a door handle.
Yes, exactly. You had that cabinet grip.
So your wrist was sore, your elbow was sore, shoulder, but you went out and did it anyway, and you dug wads of foil, bottle caps, those new things, pull tabs, and down the line you went, but you found a lot of stuff, and you kept going back, and you were trying to get the most out of your machine. And Garrett, I had a 2500 Garrett when it first came out. That was a dual detector. It really was.
I can remember them advertising the big deal. Then we cut the weight down to like 8 pounds.
It crazy stuff. The White's Goldmaster.
Yeah.
That doggone boxing on that thing was 18 inches by 5 by 4 deep. I cannot remember how many batteries were in it. Pat and Picker was
crazy back then, man. Crazy. Well,
right,
we're
Chuck,
benefiting today. We're all benefiting from that. Granted, the competition gets a little nuts, but we are benefiting from that competition.
So
Let me ask you a question, Chuck.
yes, sir.
All right, sun's coming up. You're going to go detecting. Farm, because you're out there in the farms. You do a lot of farm detecting. What machine you taking?
I'll take 2. I'll actually have 2 with me. I'll have the 900 and a Manticore, or the Manticore and a, believe it or not, a Legend.
So which one would you swing first? You like the Manticore, huh?
I like the Manticore, but if I've got the Legend and the 900, I'll grab the Legend for a while.
And it's working out for you real well?
Yeah.
All right, you're going
Absolutely.
on a beach. Come on, you're coming with me on the beach. What are you detecting with?
900.
GTX 3030.
Or the 30. I've got a 3030 here too. It works.
Listen, I have been using nothing but the Deus on the beach.
Have you? Now I've seen guys just killing it with the Deus on the beach because it has a propensity to pick up the small gold, the small silver.
Yeah.
Deep.
I just more or less enjoy it, and I was never one to complain about weight, but when you're swinging this, man, it's light, and I love the Knox. I had the 800. I love the 800. I'm still just putting the Deus through the paces as my beach machine. But the Knox is a badass beach machine too, and with having the 800, there's no need for me to go and get a 900. You know what I mean?
I'm up in the gold fields. I'm swinging a 2300, or I'm swinging an 800 or 900 at the time I got it. Now I am taking a Manticore. I've been doing a lot of testing on small gold. I saw the big hoorah over the pinpointer on the shafts. You take a carbon fiber shaft, pull it out, put a pinpointer to it, it goes off.
Absolutely, it does. I melted a CTX 3030 that a battery touched the bottom of the carbon fiber shaft, and it melted it all the way up to the control box.
Yeah, they've got an iron or a metal base in them.
Yeah, it's got a metal base.
Not
Absolutely.
interfered with my detecting. I've tried everything to make it interfere, other than if you've got the stock coil, fold it flat, have the sensitivity up, and it'll chatter.
Right. Absolutely.
All of them,
Yeah.
all of them will when they're
Yes.
full.
I love
When
I
they're
love
folded
my
back, it's
CTX.
reacting, yeah.
I love my CTX. I also enjoy the Legend, but when I'm gonna go on the beach, I just this Degas has just been doing it.
Well, and that's the thing. That's your choice, and you're not going to sit there and say, "Oh my God, the Garrett is the best machine ever built." I hate the new. I hate the new Garrett because my Deus works so good. That's the stuff that just gets aggravating. That's the stuff that's hurting people in this hobby and pushing people away.
Yeah.
It just drives me nuts. So
I
anyway,
You have a certain number of those, Frank, that you just can't make them happy.
no, you can't. You can't. I wind up walking away from the groups because you can't argue with them because their goal is to argue. So
Yeah.
Why?
This is a hobby. This is
So
supposed
I like Garrett.
Exactly.
make you happy. I played golf. I played baseball for years. I played all kinds of stuff. Golf,
I like
it's a pain in the ass.
I played on the golf team in high school and I hate golf.
I did too.
I played to get out of class.
Well, I didn't play to get out of class. I enjoyed it. I played baseball too, but no, this is a hobby, folks. You buy your equipment, you get out there, you have fun with it.
Exactly.
Try to move up. It's this kind of stuff, and you know, I see guys out in the field on their YouTube and doing well, and others not doing so well, and then I see some that I can't understand because they're out of Tennessee and they're telling me how to make a detector run.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. Right now. We're in a heat wave in New Jersey, and I think we're having an earlier season for metal detecting than the usual July 4th. And I'm looking forward to hitting that beach this weekend.
Listen, it's
And
hotter here than
detecting
it
it
would
up.
be right now, too.
You
I
get
mean,
down there, you hit the beaches, man. I'll tell you what. I know, buddy of mine, Ron Guinazzo. He's down in Aruba right now with a crew, and they're having a good time. And they beach hunt, and they're using 900s. They love the
Exactly.
900.
There's really not a multi-frequency release in the past, let's say 5-6 years, that isn't going to do okay on the beach. You know, you got the multi-frequency.
Mhm.
Okay, there's one or two maybe, but you're in a period of time where you're loving life right now because you're getting the best from every single company that's out there is putting out their best product right now.
Right. And they are. And they're working hard to do it. I don't agree with some of their marketing and the way they're doing things these days, but hey, I'm old school.
Exactly. You know what? That's not my arena. That's not my forte. I'm not here to tell them how to market their product.
Nope. I'm there to go out and enjoy it. And people call and ask me my opinion. I generally try to. I just had a lady pick up that Xterra Pro, and she's out in central Iowa here, and we were talking back and forth a little bit on how to do this and how to do that. And I have told her to send me pictures of the finds, and she's been out. Her and her son detect together, and I think her son's like 28, and they're out having a good time.
I just like that little machine. I like.
No,
And
that's
I've
another
said it
thing, man. This
before,
hobby is
I love the chassis on that
expanding.
machine more than I like the Manicore chassis. It's not the Manicore, but I love that chassis, how it feels in my hand. It's just a fun little machine to use.
Good machine. What are you saying, Steve?
the hobby is growing
Oh, huge.
at a rapid rate, and it's in a way it's good because it seems to help people, you know, giving them a hobby, giving them something to do, and older people are getting into the hobby, younger people, women, parents with their kids, you know what I mean? And
Great.
we know it's a good hobby, and yet there's some of the old crabby little rats out there that
And
Or-
when those parents and those kids want to go online and they want to get some more information, that's the problem. They get
Yeah.
sucked into some of these sites and they get attacked by these.
yeah, that's everything in the world. That's everything in the world. But what I'm saying is, it's a good hobby that gets people outdoors. But
Absolutely.
I just love when the crabby people go, there's too many people out detecting, it's the dealer's fault. There's so many people.
Yeah, it's the
come on.
dealer's fault.
You know what I mean? It's like you just go to tech, and,
It's
But there are a lot of people
Steve,
getting in
you're
this hobby.
100% right.
I think-
in the early 70s, there was a surge,
Right.
and it waned in the 80s, and there wasn't much movement early 80s on detectors as far as improvements through that period. And then boom, it took off there, and it created a gold rush.
And
I think
especially-
KG and Ringy are a big part of that
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah,
Those
and
two-
created an
those two
electronic
papers-
gold rush and a silver rush, and it flattened out. Then it's been going up, up, up. And one of the drivers of that, and I'll give them credit of the whole thing for that, is MindLab.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure it is. I mean, MindLab was the they pushed the new technology. They were advancing the technology in a 10-year span. They went from 0 to 100 with the new technology for sure.
We did, and they're gold machines, and they morphed into what was that one that they had? One of their first ones.
Safari,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the one, and that was the most successful gold machine I had to date. That thing
Oh, okay.
really picked up gold, and then it went. They morphed it into what they called the Eureka Gold.
yeah,
But the Xterra Pro back in that day pack came with a 10-inch elliptical, 18.75 gold piece or gold coil, and its own gold program. And I used that in Alaska, and I'm here to tell you, I cleaned up that little thing.
was
Fantastic.
the Eureka the one that you could change the frequencies with the coil, or which one was that?
That was the Xterra Pro.
Oh yeah, and the Sovereign, the
705.
Sovereign.
705 Pro. That one, you change the coil, you change the frequency. The Eureka Gold had 3 gold frequencies in it.
Right.
And that was the first gold machine. I just remember it was the Golden Hawk 1000. And you wore it on your belt loop and this kind of stuff. And I was using it in Wyoming a lot, out in the claims in the Jack Morrow, and doing pretty good.
That's cool.
So they were the ones that became the driver of the gold rush electronically. Fisher came out with the Gold Bug. And
that-
So
That Gold Bug one, still, what a machine that is.
yeah,
If you can
I
find
want to
it.
ask Chuck a question. I want to ask Chuck a question, or just kind of like, I guess, make a statement. But 58 years old, and this was the first time I've ever used an outhouse, and I really enjoyed it. Now, back in the day when there was no indoor plumbing, you were in the outhouse all the time, right, Chuck?
I lived on a farm, and it was called Behind the Barn.
Well, I want to tell you something.
I
was fun.
survived outdoors when you were working with cattle, when you were working in hog, and you had chickens, and you had all that kind of stuff. So you didn't run back to the house or
You
an
couldn't
outhouse.
have any shame doing that. You had to do it.
No, not a bit. So if you
Right.
think you're going to embarrass me about outhouses, my brother-in-law has lived in Fairbanks.
I'm not embarrassing you. I'm just,
Listen to this. Up in the mountains, they don't have a lot of, you dig a hole, you put an outhouse up. They're going out at 53 below zero to use that outhouse.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was amazed. Okay, so this was a really nice one. It was, neat, and I was just amazed. All right, I get in, right, and I close the door, and what do you think I say? For a good time, call Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Every airport I was in, he was there, and I'm like, dude.
Listen.
Was that, hey, the picture I saw of you with the grizzly behind you, was that at the airport?
No, that was not. That was at Talkeetna.
Talkeetna? Did you go to Talkeetna Roadhouse?
We went to the Fairview,
Mm-hmm.
which was in that little town. Is really neat. We went there. We had lunch, but that fair was in the Talkeetna, Alaska Lodge. We stopped at. Really neat place.
Oh, it's all neat out there. Well,
I wanna
first time I went to Talkeetna,
Scott McClory, I agree with you. If it's 53 below, I'm preparing a warm little corner of a room. I'm not going out in the
all right, so now I'll tell everybody about my Alaska trip.
Now let's talk about Alaska.
And that's why I like Chuck on here. Where's Alaska? Well, you know what? I'm having a problem here. Everything's getting dark outside right now, and I'm not used to that.
yeah.
I'm used to the sun all night long.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the trip of a lifetime. I had a great time, and I want to tell you something. I was never at so much ease than being in Alaska. This trip rejuvenated me. It was just so awesome. We I seen the towns of Seward and Homer. We went there. The neat towns. I loved Homer, dude. I was walking along the docks, and it was like talking to everybody on the boats, man. It was hilarious. And we camped. All right, so here's the deal. I went with my brother, his wife, my nephew. Only one of his sons could make it. And it's hard to explain, but we were out at one of his relatives' house, we'll say. And they live on this lake and have everything. There's not one thing they did not have. Beautiful punt, the lake, Big Lake, Alaska, beautiful. We had such a good time there. My granddaughter dude, I'm sitting on the dock, right? And I see this jet ski comes flying by, and there's my granddaughter flying on it, man.
Temperature. How cold was the water?
Well, Lily jumped in. I jumped in, and it was chilly. It was like a chilly day at the beach, Frank, but it was nothing that you're maybe
up south there. It's you're not in the glacial runoff. You get up around Nome. You don't go run out in the beach right away. I'll tell you that. You don't go running and surf.
Well, we were there. They told us we were there at the best time with the best weather, because it was hot. It was over 70 degrees on some days.
Did you tell them about the dog that you saw in the water?
Do you want to interrupt my show again, or you want to eat? You'll be quiet. So the weather was perfect. We went to Seward. Oh, so they're breaking she was breaking my stones. We're sitting at a restaurant on the docks at Seward, and I look and I see a splash in the water, and I see a nose swimming around the water. I went, oh my God, it's a dog, because it was over 100 yards away. Turns out it was a big ass sea lion. So everybody's now laughing at me because I said, well, I quickly spoke and said, oh my God, it's a dog. But I was refreshed. We went camping with folks that were born and raised in Alaska, and they work up on the pipeline. It's called the Slope. Have you ever heard of Slope?
Yep.
Chuck?
Yes, I have.
Where they do the oil work. You want to talk about real men? They work in 50-degree weather out there. Yeah, they work in 50-degree weather up there, and it's just incredible. Nicest guys in the world. They are hunters, fishermen. They don't buy. See, I told the guy, I said, when I go hunting, I come home with my food on styrofoam wrapped in clear plastic. They didn't understand that. And as we're sitting in the campground, here's Mama Moose and the baby moose just walking right by us. Everybody's like, oh my God, the wildlife's going to kill you. Stay away from that moose. The moose came to me, okay? No, I'm not going to go out and try and give its baby a hug, but they just were very nonchalantly. And
did you happen to go into a grocery store somewhere and see what the prices were?
Oh yeah. We didn't make it to McDonald's, but the prices. I went into a store. I had to buy a sweatshirt. I paid $50 for a sweatshirt, and that was the cheapest one they had.
A deal.
The prices of everything are incredible.
Yeah, and the further up you go, the higher it gets, because it's all got to be flown and hauled in.
Now, Alaska, man, people are going there in droves.
Yes, they are.
Enjoy the outdoors.
My
You
sister was there the
can-
same week you were there.
Who was?
My sister.
Right. Yeah, she was on a cruise though. But so we did everything. Jet skis. I jet skied. I jumped in the water. They were doing wakeboard surfing. They were trying. Lily was doing everything. She swam back to the house from the middle of the lake. She's like, "We're swimming." I'm like, "I'm freezing. I'm getting out."
Did you get to see the boar tide?
The what?
Boar tide. Outside of Anchorage, when you go down and you're headed towards Seward, you're on what they call the Turnagain Arm. And that waterway, when the tide comes in, you have a 4 foot to 4.5, 5 foot tall wave that goes the whole length of the Turnagain Arm. And you'll see guys in bodysuits, they'll surf that.
No, didn't see that. No.
You didn't get to see that. That's pretty cool. And
But
a big wave just keeps going the whole width of it.
That's great.
people can, there's so many activities. They pay big bucks. Like I said, my family, I didn't go fishing. Okay. First day I was told I wasn't allowed to go because I didn't have long pants. Well, the second day I could have went and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to relax. Well, they were out there for 10 freaking hours. No way. I wouldn't have wanted to be
It
there.
looked amazing. That
They came back all beat up. But these guys are such good fishermen. They brought back the limit, which was two halibut per person. They came back with 12 halibut each day and just knocked it out of
Did
the
you
park.
get any? I mean, most of what you get are 15.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they didn't get any big, huge ones, no. But they all had a great day.
I was on out of the same area you're on, out on one, and we caught several nice halibut. There was another boat in the same area. We watched this guy fight this fish for several hours. They finally got it in, and I think it was 185.
Right. Yeah, they'll get big.
Oh, you.
What else did we see? Eagles everywhere. Bald eagles are everywhere. I was just like in such complete calm. Now, yes, the sun stays up, the sun stays out all night long, but at a certain time it gets more like a gray dusk.
Yep.
Like the sun will set a little, but
it goes behind the mountains and then comes back up an hour or
right. And it's about 6 a.m. it comes, but I had no problem sleeping, go to bed at 11, whatever time I went to bed. Boom, we were there. We were in beautiful RVs. When we went camping, we had a beautiful RV to stay in. The people they're just so nice. If you saw my Cooking with Caroline video I did, that's where she took the halibut and fried it up. And she was just such a nice person. I just can't say more.
Whole slab?
Just being in that.
Did she do them in?
Try that again?
When they did
Chunks.
they do it by fillet or did she cube it and
She
deep
cubed
fry
it.
Oh, that's killer. That's like eating candy, man.
I mean,
It
it
was
looked
good.
so good, Chuck. I'm watching the video, drooling over it.
Oh, they're good. I every time I'm there, I will get a halibut feed. I'll get fresh salmon, and when you can, king crab.
We had a night we had king crab for dinner too. They brought that. We had steaks and king crab. I ate moose hot dogs, which were delicious. Moose meat sticks. I had a moose burger, which was good. I could eat moose. I could. And they live off of caribou too. So this one guy, now you know me, I'm not a hunter. I can't hurt an animal, but this guy had a video where he was up past Kodiak, I think. I don't know. Further down on the Aleutian chain. I mean, these guys, that's all they do. These people have cabins out in the woods that you can barely get to with a 4-wheel drive. So he went on a bear hunt, and you see on the video, this bear stood up as tall as that bear in that picture I'm in. This same brown bear stood up, dude, split second, boom, he dropped this thing with one shot. And he shot a moose that had the rack, like, they're big.
Just huge.
They're big.
And moose meat's good. It's a dark meat, but it's very good. Muskox is good. I'm not a fan really of bear meat, but that's okay. Caribou, it's sold. They sell it. They raise them and it's sold in the stores. So,
but that's how these folks get a lot of their food, and it's because they were born and raised doing it. They're not doing it. Listen, they're not poor. Okay, they're not poor. They do it because that's what they've done their whole life, and they enjoy that. You know what I mean? So,
and it's feeding them. Hell, there's nothing
getting
wrong with that.
getting to know these people, they were just so interesting and just so awesome that I was like overwhelmed. They were so nice to let us into their home and take everybody fishing, and it was we had a ball. We really did.
Well, you were in Alaska's playground. When you're down on the Kenai Peninsula, that's where all the anchorage, all of them want to come down. And
we went to Kenai. We went to Kenai, Tanika. Oh, and Ninilchik was where we camped. Ninilchik was it.
I've been on all
everybody was
that area. That is so cool. And fished in that area. I didn't hunt down there, but we fished and that kind of stuff. And I love it all through that area, all the way up. You go to Fairbanks. I've been on the road all the way from Seward, all the way up almost to Dead Horse.
Lots of driving. We drove 4 hours to and from places.
Yeah.
And we did.
They went on this trip in campers and they stopped along the way. Dude, that was an awesome. That was an awesome trip.
We did go by, like I said, I went by one spot. I just remember it. It looked like a big brown fence and it said gold prospecting. I didn't see the name. We went by. I wasn't looking, and then I looked up and I said, "Oh, place to go." I didn't think they gold prospected that low in Alaska. I thought.
Jill and I took the one trip. We had our son, and we're going through, and I would stop. I just pick a random creek on the way down. Some of them I don't even know the names of. I go down and I do some sampling. There was not a creek that I didn't get a couple flakes of gold out of or more.
Even in southern Alaska, yeah. Well, I mean, there's all mountains there. Why not? You know, but I didn't have the time.
I know it goes by fast.
Just spending it with my family. You know, had I took a trip like you do to go to Nome and and that's what I'm there for to do, you know, but I didn't have the time to do it. But and I didn't really, it didn't matter because I was just, dude, I was happy the whole time.
Yeah. Everybody at work, when I was full-time working at 3M, I'll bet you're going to retire in Alaska. I said, nope. I like Alaska in the summertime.
Well, yeah.
Nothing to do with 55 below zero. It's cold enough where I'm at now.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So, but it is a neat place and it's beautiful.
Heck, Chuck, I had to turn my heater on twice this past year.
Oh, it's breaking my heart.
If you're gonna go and you want, you know, because listen, there's people. They told me that the winter activities, these people do everything outdoors, man, no matter when. Yep. And they said the winter's even busier than the summer. And I'm like, yeah, call me in June, you know, or call me in July or something, you know.
You go.
But the whole sun being up thing now it's like 9 o'clock there and the sun is beaming and you feel like it's 12 noon. And I'm texting people back in Jersey and I went, oh crap, it's 1 o'clock. You're 4 hours different than the East Coast. And I was like, oh man, I'm really sorry. I didn't
Yep.
I hope I didn't wake you.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. And but and you're right, the people are nice. When you get further north, you go up to Talkeetna. That's a neat place. Did you stop in Wasilla?
No, we went through Wasilla, but yeah, Talkeetna we were at. Like I said, Kenai, Talkeetna was the place where Fairview was. That was cool. Seward, Homer, and Ninilchik, and just that little area.
Ninilchik's grown substantially since the first times and when I've been down there last, and all that area is boomed. And we have a huge military presence up there too. I mean, literally.
You want to talk about, dude, all day long, military fighter pilots, fighter jets are going flying by.
Mm-hmm. It's
I want that in New Jersey.
you,
I haven't seen a military. They got military jets all over the place, man. The F-35s or whatever my brother was calling. I don't know.
yep. There's F-22s, F-35s, and
This
we play
I
cat.
gotta tell you,
Steve, we play cat and mouse with Russia all the time up there.
I know. Yeah, they do. I got to tell you, I really, like we said, it's expensive, and I'm not going to lie. It cost me $4,000 for 3 people to fly there and back.
Yep.
And I did not have to. If I had to pay for a rental car, that would have been almost $2,000.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have had to pay for lodging, probably another $2,000. I mean, going to Alaska is not cheap.
No.
Not cheap at all.
No, and Jill's brother moved up there, so we had a place to base out of. I went up. I met a lot of people because of him, and was able to get on claims and drive around. I had a truck there to use. Jill and I bang around,
Right.
and I got to get to meet a lot of great people and miners up there.
Right. But for these folks that want to pay to go prospecting, pay to go fishing, salmon fishing, trout fishing,
Mhm.
those guides are not cheap.
No.
Like I said, they got 2 days of fishing on those people's boats. They would have paid probably $600 or more for both, totaling both days and stuff. And that's just to get on the boat and go fishing.
Yeah.
So
The brother-in-law being in charge of a flying service didn't hurt either. So,
oh, you got to get on them little planes. I'll bet they're expensive too.
I'm sure that,
Because
yeah,
I was thinking of flying to Dutch Harbor.
that's a
I wanted to fly to Dutch Harbor and jump on the Northwest. I want to be a greenhorn, but that flight was like $500
well.
just to run away from my wife. I know it's
That's
worth
the
it.
one place I would like to go to is out the Aleutians. I haven't done it yet. And the only reason is my dad was in World War II. He was at Dutch Harbor. He bombed the Japanese. I think it was Agatu, and then they
Wait a minute.
could run out there and bomb sub pits in the Kurile Islands.
You're not confusing Dutch Harbor with Pearl Harbor, are you?
No, Dutch Harbor was attacked by the Japanese.
Oh, was it really?
Yes, sir.
I never knew that.
There was a whole Alaskan campaign. They actually invaded U.S. soil through the Aleutian Islands.
I never knew that.
Yeah, they had a couple crazy ass big battles up there.
Chuck, I want to give you a promo. Wednesday night, you guys are doing your trivia again.
Yeah, we're going to do trivia again, and I think they all want Civil War. So I've been looking at some pretty neat questions for that, and we'll have some fun. You might win something. It's a good time, and then people get to thinking and looking stuff up, and that's a lot of fun of it.
Yeah, no,
I got
it's great. I love
skunked.
it. Even though I get the questions wrong, I like it.
That's all right. I try to keep them fair and simple.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And people just go, I wasn't thinking about that. Well, okay, now you are. So it was we're doing that, and then I think we're having Casey. I'm trying to get that set up. Casey Oberruder. Casey was he did a ring return in the local television station, our area here, KWQC, had him on, had a nice about 7-8 minute show on Casey.
I heard him posting about it. I saw him posting about it.
Yeah, and so I thought maybe he'd like to come on with us, and I ran that by Josh. He said, yeah. But Sunday, Josh was out of town a little bit and didn't get back in time, so he had to cancel out.
How about Dig Your Plug? When's that coming back?
You know what? We'll have to talk to Josh about that and see if we can bring a Dig Your Plug back like late summer edition or something like that.
I got a couple of a donation for Dig Your Plug.
Okay. I'll tell him we can get that fired back up. But it's good talking to you guys.
Oh, buddy,
And that new Garrett coming out, just hold your breath before you badmouth it. At least
Absolutely.
give it a chance, for God's sakes.
I actually I'm looking forward to getting a hold of him.
I am too. I really think that they're making the swing to get right in the midst of all the fray, and that's what they got to do to keep up with it. And we know they make a good product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hands down, one of the best pinpointers on the market today.
Yep.
Yeah,
For sure. All right, brother. Well, we appreciate you being here tonight, Chuck. If not you, I would have had to talk to Steve all night.
Yeah, and same. Chuck, you're the greatest, man. I always love having you on the show. I know I razz you a bit, but you take it pretty well.
I have to.
Yeah. So I know it's probably time to go.
And I hear down at the quarters. No.
I know it's time for you to go take your Geritol and have your.
Yeah, I got to go Geritol. Actually, I'd rather have a shot of whiskey and a good steak. So we'll talk to you later.
That'll work too. Does the same thing.
Yep.
Night all. Good night, buddy.
See you, bud.
So, folks, if you didn't know who that was, you've never seen this show. Chuck Smalley from Shooters and Prospectors out there in the great state of Illinois. Great stand-up guy. He won't bullshit you. I tell you one thing Chuck won't do is Chuck will not bullshit you.
Yeah, absolutely. Chuck's great.
So, I think did I meet him twice or just once? We went.
He was at one of the FH hunts.
Yeah, at the Gator Inn, and that's the only place I met him. Great guy. He's just so fun. Just so fun.
Now, what are the odds of getting a wheel? Because I got a giveaway.
The odds are great if everybody. I have one here. I'll take all the names off of. I got it set up. It's just going to take me a minute because I should have went into Detect America. What do they have to do to get noticed on YouTube? Type something. Hashtag
just type something. Because our chat from the studio goes both places.
Hashtag Frank sucks.
And I'm going to give a shout out to my buddy.
I know it's common.
Trash Chipkin. And Trash hooked me up with a bag of solid silver pull tabs, and I think there might even be a gold-plated one in there. I'm not sure, but these things are hot. Everybody loves them, and if you're so inclined, just get one of these and some of the awesome stuff that Trash makes. Hit him up on Facebook. Hit him up on Messenger. He posts all the time about the stuff that he's making. He's a mobile silversmith, and it's a mobile metalsmith. And the man hooked us up. So we're going to give away, give Trash a little promo, and give away one of his silver pull tabs tonight.
And if you people don't think I don't see the BS that you're writing about me on your table, it's not. I need hashtag Frank. Nobody's hashtagging. Hashtag Frank.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm looking at all the hashtag Frank sucks
on YouTube.
On the chat, yeah, from YouTube.
There's one. There's one. Now they're starting. So it's taking me a second here. This computer, I can't load the Detect America page for some reason.
By the way, our buddy Ray Jones went to go see Josh Gates the other night. He told me Josh was asking about me. I appreciate that.
That's not the way I read.
I think you misread it.
His post.
I think you may have misread it.
I heard the guy
read between the lines.
I heard the guy mentioned your name, and then security wanted to kick his ass. I'm still trying to get the names. It's gonna take me a minute. Damn it!
Well, I had a day. I'm not gonna add to the show, but next week we're gonna talk. I got a couple stories from my son's wedding that I must tell.
Here's what I got to do. In order to do this. Man, you guys have been breaking up on my end all night long. So in order to do this, I have to use this other computer. So you're going to see things on my screen. I got to go into Detect America to get the names. This computer works fast, though. Huh?
Mike Baumhoff wrote, hashtag Steve Spoons Grizzlies.
And Mike Baumhoff actually probably thinks that his name is going to be on this wheel. So I guarantee you. I see a lot of good names. I see, what's his name? John Porcella.
Yeah, people talking about my MSDS debacle here with the ugly boxes. If you knew how stupid and simple this little card is, you would understand why I was so aggravated.
Yeah, right. So
And it's not
All right,
like
I
we
got the-
never filed one. We filed one before. I just didn't file one here in Florida,
I
apparently.
got the names off of Facebook. Now I have to go into YouTube and get.
Hashtag Ugly Box loves bubbles.
That's probably done. Went.
Nah, it's Phil Bortner.
Oh God. Phil Bortner's awesome. Oh, hold on. I gotta lower the. Hold on. All right, good. So let me get the names off of this. You might even see your names. There we go. A good amount. We got a good amount of names. All right.
Thank you. Yeah, yes, I'm feeling great. I never felt bad. It was just a random thing. Celeste has a blood pressure machine. Celeste is a nurse. I happened to take it, and it was through the roof. And what I didn't tell everybody is that when we got to the hospital, my blood pressure was 229 over like 130. And as of today, my blood pressure is 125 over like 72.
Let's see. I'm just trying to. I got to get all the doubles out. Oh, by the way, you owe Carolyn Cowling a prize. And she said if you don't send it to her, she wants to kill you.
Carolyn Cowling, I will. You hit me up and I will get it out. It has been a little bit hectic for me this past couple of weeks, but I am so close to being completely squared away.
All right, so we'll shuffle these names up. What are you giving away?
We are giving away a silver pull tab, compliment of our buddy Trash Chipkin. And when I say these are not sterling, these are pure silver.
All right, we're spinning. Throw winning. I'm spinning, you're winning. Oh, it's right on the line. And, of course, Mr. Greg Papalo wins.
All right, here's the deal. Keep that wheel.
Okay.
And only because Trash was very generous to us, we're going to give away one more.
Trash was generous to you, not me.
Well, I'm going to send you a couple for your random Sunday morning giveaways.
I know. All right. Here. Oh, shit. Sorry. All right. So another winner is round and round we go where she stops. Bob Beaver knows. So, Bob Beaver, you have to get in touch with Frank to give him your address.
Bob Beaver PM me at DA Frank Lopergolo. Don't go searching and get Frank Detective America Lopergolo. I don't ever look at that chat. DA Frank Lopergolo, and give me your info, and we will get you out one of the silver pull tabs.
Thank you for the donations, Trash Chipkin. You're like the best. He's a great guy, fun to be around.
Yeah, good dude. And his setup is awesome. And the man does some freaking awesome work, man.
Nice guy too, real fun. So
yes, remind me next week. I have my son's wedding story involving Celeste. It was a very interesting episode.
Can the world handle another Celeste story?
Yeah, they'll handle this one.
Can the world really handle another Celeste story?
Yeah, you can.
What else? Josh Kimmel, Wednesday, Sundays.
Wednesday night trivia on
Tuesday,
Josh.
tomorrow night. You got to remind me tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow that there's about those who are those guys?
Oh, KG
I don't
Reed.
know.
Yeah, they actually usually
is that who they are?
Tape, so.
Yeah. Do we like them?
I think this week they're all right.
Just this week?
They haven't said anything bad about me, so they're good.
Yo, and if you people want to You people want to sit there and bash them over this new Garrett machine. Number one, it ain't their fault. Okay. Number two, leave them alone. Because I don't know if you noticed, but they're not the brightest of two guys, and they cry easy. Okay. You mess with their little camera just once, and all of a sudden
They're good dudes.
they're the greatest, man. They really are. And that's about all I can say about that.
I think I'm gonna go eat.
Jersey Shore this weekend somehow. I'll be going to Atlantic City and seeing Leonard Skinner again.
No way.
Friday night, and they do a great show. That's why we're going again, because they did such a great show.
Somebody's asking me how the 3D printing is going. We are in a mad learning adventure. We will have one of the reasons for the 3D printing, guys, is because there are parts that are no longer available to me for the ugly box that I need to print, and I listed guys that helped me out: Doug Prop, Georgia Buddy, and Kathy Blau helped me out getting that squared away. And I have been taking classes, seminars, and we are going to be releasing some oddball stuff, guys. Everybody likes the coil ear protectors, things along those lines. The difference is they're going to be really high quality. They're nice and strong, but we are going to make them cheap. We're going to make them expensive because it's ridiculous to buy these. Half of these things are 3D printed. They're great. They don't necessarily last you forever, so you shouldn't have to pay $29 to replace a pair of coil ear protectors. So we're going to do them for like 10, 7, 9.
Are you really getting successful with this 3D printer?
Yeah, I am. I'm getting better. I'm working on the design phase of it now, but there's a bunch of guys out there that are doing really good files that are, they want people to put them out there and sell them. And I met up with a couple guys that have a whole slew of detector products that we can. They're cool. Some of them are really helpful, and we don't have to charge $1 million for them.
Now, are you able to share programs? Let's say a guy says, "I make these things," and is he able to send you the program and your machine build it?
Yeah, as long as they send it in a certain file format. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Good. So, a certain file. Yeah. Or you can't convert it. I'm just wondering.
Well, yeah, they have to be in an STL file. I don't necessarily know how to convert it from anything else, but I'm learning now how to convert a logo, an image, into a 3D print file, and it's fun. I'm playing with it, but we have a few pieces that are going to be going up on our page.
I mean, I'm surprised because I don't really give you much credit in the category of brains. I kind of think that. I don't know. I equate you when it comes to brains between you and a rock. So, and sometimes I think the rock is smarter.
Sometimes, not by much, but a little bit.
All right. So are we doing a show next week?
I think so. We'll see.
Am I allowed to quit yet?
No. We'll see. Yeah, summertime's weird. You gotta realize, guys. We will take days off in the summer because everybody's out detecting. But if we've got it, we're going to do it.
We had 2 weeks off and it felt kind of good.
Yeah, it was nice. It was.
Oh no,
nice.
I checked in last week, didn't I?
You did a couple of lives.
Yeah, but didn't I check? I was on Monday night. We did a Monday night.
Oh, yeah. We did do Monday night show. That's right. You came on from Alaska.
Where was I? Was I at the campground?
Yeah, you were in the camper, so I'm assuming.
Oh, wait a minute. I interviewed people too, didn't I? I interviewed all those people.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to eat. I'm hungry.
What are you eating?
I haven't decided yet. I believe it or not, I swear to you, I think a liverwurst sandwich.
Oh God! Oh my God! That's disgusting. So
I believe I'm off to liverwurst tonight.
All right, enjoy it. folks, we'll try to be back. We'll plan for next week unless something comes up. You never know what comes up during the summer. So my granddaughter, which I thought she went down the shore today. I thought she would have done the show with me. Get her knee operated on tomorrow.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, she needs a cadaver bone put in.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. She's a little young for that too.
seriously, man.
So she's going to be 6 weeks on the couch.
Well, make sure we know when she's done so we know she's good.
Yeah, she'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think it's a little young. They said that it's necessary because they're thinking her knee might come out of the socket.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
So they're kind of building the little case that it sits in, huh? No kidding.
I guess I don't know, but let's all wish Lily luck tomorrow.
Absolutely, Lily. We're thinking
And,
about you.
I'll talk to you. Good night, everyone. Thanks for being here.
All right, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
We're out, man. Hit it. Let's hit it.